My name is Tanya J, the mother of Daytwan Johnson, who was murdered on Palmer and Locust June 6th of 2017. I'm coming to you guys because I felt my baby body was done bogusly. It also took the police 30 to 45 minutes to get to him. There were several witnesses that the police are not using. But to go just from how they did my baby body, they drug him through the house on a sheet, leaving trails of blood. They also threw him in the body bag with his head and his arm hanging out, which left a streak of his hand from the top of the hallway to the bottom of the hallway. And they threw my baby in the back of a fire truck. But when I first made it to the scene, all I asked them was to tell me was my baby dead or alive. And they told me that they didn't know. One police officer, a lady female officer, walked over to me and said, "Ma'am, I can give you a little relief because your son has a pulse. They're working on him and he's being taken to Freighter Hospital." The whole time she lied to me. My baby was upstairs dead. When the police made it to the scene, finally made it to the scene, my baby boy told me that they really wasn't even concerned about the victim that was shot point blank range in their head, was still back there fighting for their life. Their main concern was to talk to the witnesses and round up the witnesses. My son was telling them, everybody was screaming and hollering, telling them to go to the back to check on my brother. The police ignored him, and the police was also upset with my baby boy, telling him to calm down, and it was in the midst of finna taser him, and all he wanted was them to go help his brother. By the time somebody finally went back there, he was gone in a puddle of blood. And after the scene was over with, the kids went back to clean it up, and they had to clean my baby brains and piece of his head off the floor themselves.
So, just to reiterate, that when you got to the scene, a couple officers told you they didn't know about your son, but then one officer told you that he was being transported to the hospital, and that was not true, and that they moved his body, which is, in a sense, tampering with a crime scene from where it was. But not only did they do that, they drug him on a sheet through the house pretty much. And then they, at some point, threw him in the back of a fire department truck, right?
And even when the ambulance finally did come, the police directed them to leave. The whole time I'm just asking them just to tell me, please just tell me my baby dead or alive. I sat there for hours and hours and hours, and from 11 o'clock that night to 8 o'clock that morning. And when the detective finally came and told me, I guess after they had to talk to several witnesses, but the black and white paper only using one witness, which even it was my baby boy's girlfriend, but they have not used any more witnesses, and which is sad because there was several witnesses. Mm-hmm. It's going from an accident to it's not an accident, and I'm just trying to get justice for my baby.
Okay, so and we'll go over and add some details to the actual court case that's going on, because there are people that are under arrest and going through court proceedings and things like that. So we'll give y'all additional information on that. She does need help as far as how to go about the case, how she's being handled by the DA's office, how the case is going and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be reaching out to some legal and attorneys and stuff of that nature. But just tell the people about your situation because of this, and what you need, what you want the people to help you with.
Took every penny I had out of my pocket. I did not receive any help. So me and his father and a couple of family members and a couple of Daytwan, aka Twani, aka Kodak, had to come up with as far as the funding. Me and my baby boy is trying to leave Milwaukee so he can have a better life and a better chance, not just with the kids out here with the police system.
Speaking of that, before you go on, she was saying that you had just moved here when this happened.
Yeah, we had. I was just moved back up here to try to get a a better understanding and a better life, and in the process, and also when this happened, we was also in the middle of an agreement to move back out of town, and unfortunately, my baby life was taken.
Okay, and she said she came from Minneapolis, Minnesota, to here, and pretty much, to start a new life, to get a new start. And her son was killed almost as soon as, they settled in here. So now she's trying to make a way back out of Wisconsin because of all of this. So go back into why, about how, due to the funeral and due to this happening.
Yeah, due to the funeral, no family support. Basically out here on my own, me and my baby boy, we just trying to make it better for ourselves and then to move around. That's what my main focus is. Something in my heart is just telling me to move around. And most people don't follow their first mind or their heart. Mm-hmm. So I'm following mine.
Okay. So, Will, I don't know if you want to tell people exactly what you need, or exactly what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to come up with some type of funding for legal help, mm-hmm. and for me and my baby boy to get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going through a lot. She came up here. I'm her cousin, and it's so much we can all do, But she came up here, and the person that you would least think that will have your back don't have her back. So she's almost on the streets, and please, Tanya needs help. It ain't even been 2 months, and family is trying to throw her out. She's right. Grieving, And
that's all I want. I just want to grieve in peace.
Yes.
So we'll, what we ask for people to do, I'll put up a PayPal link, but specifically, I'll, if you can inbox me, and I'll relay to y'all exactly what she needs or from her. If people want her direct number to contact her to see what she needs, I'll provide that information if you inbox me. But definitely assist this queen however she needs. She shouldn't have to be dealing with this side of the issue on top of what happened with her son. So reaching out to the community, reaching out to everybody. She wants the media to reach out if they can, because again, what happened with her son was an injustice. Even though somebody is going through the court process, what's happening with her and her other children is becoming an issue because of this. So I appreciate you for letting me cover your story. I appreciate you for reaching out, and we'll try to get you some help.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.